Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm planting 3 of these gorgeous black cat pussy willows in my garden, and I'm really excited for a couple of reasons. First off, these are the first plants I'm actually putting in the ground in my garden this spring, and I'm putting these on the west side of our house where we just recently ripped up a bunch of sod. So we have a huge project, like there's a ton of area to plant, so I'm really excited to get that going. And these are just so pretty. I mean, they come out in early spring with these beautiful fuzzy catkins that are kind of a silver pink color, and then they age into this black, and then they come into a full-on beautiful yellow bloom. So I'm really excited to see that kind of interest being brought into that area. So I'm in a shady spot right now because I was hoping you'd be able to see the detail a little bit better on these plants, because it's pretty harsh and sunny out where we're going to plant them, which is actually good. This plant really likes a full sun situation. They also like wet soil. So if you have a spot in your garden where you just have issues getting things to thrive because the soil's too wet, this is a really good option. Also a good option if you deal with deer, because they are deer resistant. I don't have deer in my area, but I know a lot of you guys do. So they are a zone 4 through 7, so very winter hardy, and they grow about 10 to 12 feet tall and wide. So if you kind of leave them alone and let them grow to their mature size, they're great to fill in a large space, to like cover something unsightly in your yard, like the side of a building. I'm using 2 of these to kind of soften the look of some electrical poles. And then I'm going to be planting another one on the interior of our property, and I'm going to try a different type of pruning method with this one. It's called coppicing or coppice pruning, and it's where you go in after they're done blooming and you cut them all the way down to about a foot tall. And it keeps them a little bit more manageable in size, and it also produces the best showing catkins. So these bloom on old wood. So if you treat them kind of like you would a lilac or a forsythia, and right after they're done blooming, you go in and cut them back, then they'll flush a bunch of new fresh growth that season and set a bunch of buds for the following season. And in case I didn't mention the zone, they are a 4 through 7, so very winter hardy. So let's head over to the west side and I'll show you where these are going to be planted. So this is where I'm planting them. There'll be one on the inside of the fence, and then we'll pop over to the outside here in a minute so I can show you. But like I said, the lighting's very harsh. It's very sunny over here, and it's very not done. This is kind of the beginning of this whole project. We had sod that went all the way to the fence on all these sides that we had removed last year. So this year we have a brick path going in, some boxwood hedging, concrete pieces, and then I'm just going to start filling it up with plants. I'm also going to be seeding some flowers out here. It'll be a really fun area. I'm really looking forward to it. So this is really exciting for me because I've been thinking about it all winter long. So this one right here, I'll be keeping on kind of the smaller, hopefully, side of things. So I'll be doing the coppice pruning where I prune it back to about a foot. That way I will get a better show of catkins as well. Because this one is closer to the brick pathway, I think it'll be really nice. And this will be kind of the back layer up against this fence, and then I'll kind of, graduate down with some other plantings right up to the pathway. But I really want this one to shine in the spring. And then if we just hop over this fence really quick, I'll show you where the other 2 are going. So first of all, this is not our property. This property belongs to our neighbors, and they have given us permission to plant up this corner area. So probably, just this corner area here. I won't go out super far, maybe like this far, just to kind of hide or mask these big poles right here and just soften the corner. So this one I'm hoping will fill in this area. It is kind of close to these guy wires right here, which I will prune it if it's necessary, if anybody needs access to that. That's the thing about utilities, you guys. Let me show you where the other one is, because it is kind of close to a storm sewer. I did put it about 6 feet away, so even if it got enormous, like it's huge mature size, it would only come to about here. But it's just something you risk. If you plant something near something like this, if they need to access it and you plant something too close, they can come along and prune it however they need to get it out of their way, which they're not going to try to do a real artful job of doing that. So you either need to make sure you keep those things pruned yourself, or just don't plant it so close. Also, if you're planting near utilities, it's a good idea to call dig line. That way you make sure you're not planting over the top of anything, which we're good here. We just recently had a gas line run to our house, so we had to have everything marked up so I know where all the lines are. So I'm hoping that this one fills up this corner right here and just softens it. And this will probably be the last plant, like the furthest one this way that I do. And then I'll kind of start going this way. There's a Chanticleer pear right in front of me that it looks like it's just full of buds. So anyway, let's hop back over and we'll start planting. All right guys, I've got all 3 of them planted and I think they're gonna do really well in this area. So just to reiterate, they do like a really sunny spot, so at least 6 to 8 hours. They're gonna get plenty of that around this area. I think they're gonna get sun pretty much all day. They also like really wet soil, so if you don't already have really wet soil, you need to make sure to run proper irrigation, which we are going to be doing that here in probably the next week or 2. So I'm gonna be watering them by hand for this first couple of weeks. So I'm just gonna make sure to keep the soil nice and moist at all times. You can also put a layer of mulch around them after you're done planting. So a nice like 2-inch layer of mulch that helps suppress weeds and keeps moisture in the soil as well. And that's something else that we'll be doing here in the next couple of weeks too after the pathway goes in. Just because I know if I put mulch down now, it's gonna get messed up with soil and stuff that will inevitably make its way over here. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I cannot wait to show you updates as the season progresses. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.